Oh, there we go. So I'm just gonna say this. The opening of this game is just so magnificent. Like, just imagine when you like played this game, like back when you first started playing it. This opening, like, this is like a preloaded for me, but I'm guessing it was way different for most people. But like, you either got a tutorial or a preloaded world. But the opening to this game is magnificent. It gets everything across very well. It tells you what this game is going to be and what it's going to be like. And I believe that this game has probably one of the best openings, if not the best. There's only like two or three other games I'd say have a better opening to like teach you everything about its mechanics and everything. RE4 is definitely another one. Halo 3 is another one. And I would have to say probably Modern Warfare 2 has probably like the best, if not the best opening. It's so good. But I just want to talk about some points. At least this is just for Bedrock. I'll make a Java video later. Like the Bedrock one's just gonna be like 15 minutes, and then that'll be it. So let's just start with the first point: difficulty. I think this is a great talking point because not a lot of people talk about this for Minecraft. This game has a very good difficulty scale where essentially it's not too hard for new players and it's very accessible for like people who want a challenge and people who don't want a challenge. You can put this game on hard mode and have a very big challenge like for you, and then say your friends who've never played this game can be on peaceful or easy so they can have like a less like troublesome time, and just really it helps with the ease of difficulty. Like this game is like people have said have been made for children, but it's not. Everyone plays this game. Dude, I should be a shining example of that. Like I literally am in my 20s and I'm playing this game. So that just proves to you that this game isn't for just children. It's for everybody. It's for your mom, dad, older brother, like younger sister. Like dude, it literally is like that. Anyone can play this game. And that's what the magic is of this game. Second reason, gameplay. This game has no cutscene. It is pure gameplay. It tries to stimulate you with pure gameplay. There is no cutscenes besides maybe the world loading for the first time, when you die, and possibly when you beat the game. Those are the only times that the game stops where you're not playing. That literally is the only two times that I would say or like two or three times I have it. So that just even shows. And I'd say number three is basically just crossplay. There's so many different systems you can play this on. Like since this game has come out in 2009, I think there's at least like 10 different ways to play it. You can play. I'm not like including like PS4 and PS5 as like two. I'm saying that as one. So pretty much PlayStation, PC, Xbox, Nintendo Switch, and just everything in between. There's so many different things you can use to play this, and that's what gives the game its like strength. You can play basically on any different console that you want. If you wanted one day to play on the Nintendo Switch, you honestly could. If you wanted to play on PC one day, you honestly could. Like nothing is stopping you, and that's what's so great. This is something that I really wanted to talk about, and that is just creative. Like just the creativity in this game is absolutely astounding. You can go from like what Notch believed that you should make is like a dirt hut. That's what he thought that most people were gonna play like when the game first came out. You got people now, like this is like probably 10 or 11 years later, you got basically people building like the Mines of Moria. You got people building King's Landing from Game of Thrones. You got people literally spending like almost years, if not more, just making a build like the Millennium Falcon, or like better yet, like a 16-bit working computer. This man made a 16-bit working computer in Minecraft. This man went from a dirt house to that in a couple years. And it just shows how much creativity thrives in this game. And that's why so many people like it, is because you can do whatever you want for creativity. It kind of is like GTA. You know, where you can like steal cars and kind of do all that. That's what GTA kind of thrives on. And in this game, it's not like that, but you can basically kind of build whatever you want. If you wanted to build like, I don't know, like the old like Sears Tower, you could do that. Or better yet, you could kind of like build like, say, a shopping mall, like something like that, or something from Five Nights at Freddy's. Anything you honestly want. And that's like what's so good just about the creativity of this game. Like, it really just, like, it blows my mind that you can kind of do anything. And there's nothing stopping you to do it. And that's what's so great. Another factor of this game that's like kind of like very unique of the game is that it doesn't try to hook you in with graphics. Like, haven't you noticed in like E3 trailers as of late in most games, they try to like draw you in with just graphics. They don't like actually have like good gameplay or anything. They give like the gameplay like 2 months before release, but that's it. Like Minecraft, when it was shown like pretty much in 2008, like when this game came out in 2009, all that was basically shown was gameplay. There was no flash, no nothing. The graphics have remained virtually the same in pretty much like the decade it's been out or more. And that's what like shows how good this game is, because it doesn't try to oversell something. It tries to stay its welcome in what it is. It's not trying to wow you. It's just trying to be there. It's like that good friend that's kind of like been with you like through rough and rough. Like you kind of went through a breakup or something, and like, dude, you always have this game to like kind of be there. And that's what it is. It's just that game that you play. This was made as an indie game. It wasn't made to divert your attention from anything. It was supposed to be a good time, and that's what Notch made it for, and I'm glad he made it in 2009. Because I don't know where many people would be without this game. Like, I personally believe that this game was made for basically people who were just, like, not having a good day and basically want to enjoy their day. And that's what this game was made for. Another reason why I believe this game just outshines others is pretty much because of just, to kind of say this, like, stuff to do. See, in this game, the problem with most games nowadays is that there's not much to do. There's not much content. See, this game had content for so long. Like, there's so much content in this version, the Bedrock that I'm playing. And, dude, also Java. Java has way more, but that will be in the next video. I want to kind of talk about Bedrock. Bedrock has enough content to honestly last you for a while. It really does. Say, like, you want to play Worlds, like, there's so many different, like, kind of, like, seeds that you can get, like, seriously, you can go in, like, right now and, like, look at the seed that you have, and you're like, oh, I don't want that seed. I'm going to pick another. So you can just keep doing that and just having, like, a different time, like, and a new experience every single time. And that's what, like, really makes it. Like, Call of Duty, for example, you just have the same maps. Like, oh, cool, we can do, like, I don't know, a Ray from Black Ops 1, but we can only play that because that's the only maps that are in it. There's nothing new. There's constantly new seeds coming out, and it's not like, oh, only 4 seeds come out and update. Dude, they do their best to make sure there's a different seed every time. And also, they introduce, like, new and exciting things, like new mobs, new NPCs, new everything. Like, basically making sure that there's new materials. There's just a lot that they do. They take their time in what they do. They don't give you, and that's why I say, like, dude, the presentation on how they did it, it's basically, they didn't try to wow you with graphics. They didn't. They just wanted to make a game for you. They didn't want to basically just sell you an inferior product like most games do nowadays. And that's a segue into my next point, is that it doesn't feel like a modern game. See, modern games essentially just get off of like microtransactions and nothing more. There's no substance to it. There's no filling. It's basically a cake slice with just frosting. That's it. It's 90% frosting and no cake. There's no substance. There's no like anything on it. And that's what's just kind of sad, like that you see like newer games be like that. My favorite example to like honestly blurt out is Cold War. Dude, it released with 7 maps. Call of Duty, like Modern Warfare 1 released with 18 maps at launch. You're telling me that in the 12 years or more that Call of Duty's been out, 15 actually, sorry, 15, you're telling me that you've regressed from double digits to single? That's just not right. And that's what I mean. Minecraft is a complete package, which is what it really is. It didn't try to, like, you know, con you into basically saying, oh, we'll have the content later and just give it to you back then. Or, like, pretty much then. Like, they'll give you, like, all the maps that should have been at launch, but they won't until, like, basically 9 months down the line. But Minecraft doesn't do that. It's a complete package. That's why I feel like games like GTA, Halo, and just all those games have like soared over the years because they were complete packages. When you got the game, you got everything at release that was supposed to be there. And everything that's added upon is basically extra content and unique content that enriches your experience. Not just basically is stuff that should have been in the game in the first place, or just remakes of terrible stuff that nobody asked for. That's what they do nowadays. It's basically remakes or just a new map that's basically like forgettable and like probably 2 instances of playing it. And I just gotta say this, the last thing that I like about this game is pretty much how it just operates. Like, literally, there's so much, like, operating that you have to do in this game. You have to literally figure out, like, what basically, you know, potions do, like, what kind of, like, potions you can make with what material. Like, say, for example, you can make, like throwable potions with gunpowder. Like, there's so much that you can learn on this game. And that's the thing. It's like Rocket League, where it's easy to learn the game, but, like, to know all that, like, say, like, you know, in, like, Rocket League, you, like, do, like, musky flips, like, you basically do, like fakes and all that. Just, like, super advanced stuff. And that's, like, what this game kind of does, too. Like, you can just, like, basically run at someone with, like, a diamond sword and be good, but you can also think, like, oh, hey, I have a poison potion. I can throw it at them before the fight even starts and I'm at an advantage. It's just thinking outside the box. Like, it's just advanced gameplay, and pretty much this game complements advanced gameplay and rudimentary gameplay. It doesn't hinder you if you don't know it. The ceiling gap is also non-existent in this game. Seriously, when you play any other game, if you're going up against a skilled person as opposed to, like, say, a bad person, it is just immeasurable. There's no way that, like, I was just playing Apex, like, not even probably like 50 minutes ago, and I'm honestly going to say this. Me, as a new person playing, I had no chance in winning. In this, I have a fraction of a chance. Like, basically in Apex, you have no chance. The skill gap between, like, good player and worst player is getting to the point that it's going to be... It is going to be such a big gap that it cannot be, like, filled. There's no way. Because... that's the problem, is that, like, pretty much what most games do is essentially say, oh, we'll just put the bad players with the other bad players, and then they don't get better. Like, in this game, they're just like, well, if you want to get better, you got to learn how to play the game. And that's how it should be, and that's how older games were. Because, like, that's how older games were made, and that's why, like, older games have prevailed. Is because older games were made with, like, certain methodologies that were, like, good for both, like, the developer and the player. Like, they were player focused more. Nowadays, it's just corporatization and it's basically just monetized. I mean, I pretty much go on Gears 5. This is one of my other favorite examples. I go on Gears 5 and literally there is about 80 different skins in the battle passes. Not like anything interesting or new, just basically cosmetics that cost about $15 to $20 since Fortnite took over. And that's what I mean, is that like the corporatization kind of ruined the game. Did. It really, really did. And that's my last point, is that since Minecraft was an older game and made in probably the decade that was really good for gaming, like the early 2000s to late 2000s were very good for gaming. You had basically Black Ops 1, you had Gears of War 2, Halo 3, Halo Reach, you had basically Dead Space, you had Battlefront, you had so many good games in that time. And that's what I mean, is that the games were made not as a live service, which I've complained about on multiple occasions, but actually with care. You can see the difference between care and like just complete money grubbing. I mean, look at this game. Dude, this game is $20 and you're getting more content than you do honestly in a 68 like pretty much AAA game. I argue that you get more content in this game than actual AAA developing games. Because you can clear through content so quickly, it's just insane. And just to back up my points, I mean, look at streamers, dude. Like, basically, they go through Warzone content, like for Modern Warfare. They went through it in like 2 weeks. 2 weeks of content is nothing. When Minecraft updates, people are playing it for months on end. People are still playing this game, and there's a new update coming out in December. They still want to play it. And that's what's great, is that this game always just innovates. Like, this game innovates. Like, I feel like older games used to innovate more, dude. Like, pretty much we went from, like, Doomslayer in 1992 to just, like, shooting demons. And then nowadays, we essentially have, like, grapple, like, all this. We have just basically everything. Like, in that time frame. Like, there was so much adapting. Dude, there was literally, like, third-person shooters were coming onto the scene. Like, space horrors were a thing. Like, basically, third person with, like, fixed camera angles. Like, there's so much going onto the scene during that time. And now you, like, look at games, like, you don't really see anything new. I mean, like, for example, like, like COD, like, COD was copying, what's it called? There we go. COD was basically just copying, Titanfall. Like, you had so many games just copying each other. And, I mean, look at 2016. You had basically remakes. That's how you know old games were just better, because, like, they were making remakes. They kept making remakes upon remakes. Dude, like, I think there was, like, 8 or 9 remakes that year. It was Ezio Collection, Modern Warfare Remastered, Dark Souls Remastered, and a lot of others, dude. It was insane how many remasters there were. And that just proves that older games just are better. That's why Minecraft is just such a good game, because, like, it was made with older games mentalities of just basically making the player first. They've always done that, and I think they always will. And that's why this game is just amazing. Is because of all the reason I listed, and basically why all the, like, just to ask this question to, like, kind of end the video. How often do you honestly stay with a game that you've been playing? Maybe what? I don't know, a month? Maybe 2? How often do you go back playing this game, or any game that was made before 2015? A lot more. And I've noticed that too. With my friend group, dude, all we play are games that were made before 2015. And that's how you know that games were just better back then and always will be. I personally believe that after 2015, games just started getting more stale. There was less ideas getting, like, made. Like, it was basically just nonstop copy after copy after copy, dude. It was kind of annoying. But yeah, just to round out the video, that's why I think Minecraft is like one of the best games ever made, and that's why it's still relevant today and always will be. It's never going to stop being relevant. It will always be one of the best-selling games of all time and always will be. Fortnite may get it because of its skins and all that, but that doesn't make it a good game. Yes, the skins and revenues do help, but like when there's no like substance in the game, like what do you have? You have nothing. But yeah, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys really enjoyed this. I enjoyed really making this because this is one of my favorite games of all time. But be sure to please like and subscribe so you can get more content like this in the future. Also, be sure to share this with your friends, like on your friends list, so that way you can get the Moomin name going strong. But that's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching and have a nice day. Bye bye.